Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Zenkai for the LF half-crafted Zamasu and basically get a really good feel for just how good his Zenkai is and basically, what his Zenkai entails. Now I think overall his Zenkai looks pretty good, so I'm super excited to see where it goes. And I'm excited to see exactly how good he is. I think Broly's was very good, so I'm excited to see where he is. Now, in terms of his ultimate arts, nothing really has changed there too much. But that's okay. That's to be expected. In terms of his special move, his special move, a plus 30% increase to special damage now, comparative to the 20% before. But again, nothing too crazy there. In terms of green card, this one also not too much has changed here, so we can move on. And then in terms of blast and strike, nothing too crazy has changed there either. So nothing on the skills so much as right off the bat. I think everything kind of remains a lot the same. In terms of main ability, that's where things start to kick off a little bit, which is really good. So in terms of his main ability, he got a bit of a beef, so 25% HP now and 50 ki instead of 40 ki and 20% HP. He also has plus 40%, he now applies also shortening substitution counts as well, which is really good, by 2 to himself as well. So if you use his main ability and you sub him out, then he does obviously have that extra or that less 2 seconds, I should say. Then in terms of his Zenkai ability, his actual Zenkai like boost, it is red God Ki, which is pretty solid overall. And then we look at the passives. So in terms of the passives, obviously for most Legends Limited characters, their main passives don't change, but that's not the case in Zamasu. He's got a 90% damage inflicted buff instead of an 80%. He's got damage received reduction of 50%, not 30. He got 30% to his key recovery. He got increased arts card draw speed by 1. And he got -5 to his strike arts card. When he's defeated as well, lots changed. So basically, in addition to what he had before, he now shortens ally substitution counters. He now also shortens or inflicts all enemies with a +1 to their substitution count, and he inflicts a strong poison to all the enemies, which is really good. Merciless Judgment also changed. He now gets plus 20% to damage inflicted every time he uses a strike or blast card instead of 15, and he restores his own health, but that was the same as before. The rest has kind of remained the same, which is all pretty stock standard for him. Right, then we get the 2 new abilities. Justice that denies repentance. So when he enters the battlefield, he has plus 50% to damage inflicted, plus 50% to his next strike arts damage. He also nullifies the enemy's destroy card effects, which is really good for him. And he draws a strike card next. Every time he uses a strike card, he restores his own key. Gets plus 50% to a critical rate timer count. His nullification of an enemy special cover activates as well for 3 timer counts. And he restores 20% to his damage received after an enemy's attack. So a lot of health recovery for him, which is really good. And then finally, Incarnation of Rage and Hatred, which is going to inflict attribute downgrades to the opposition, inflict reduction to their crit strike, to their special move costs. And then also, when the enemy performs a vanishing step while he's on the field, it will reduce their key, seal their special arts, and reduce their Dragon Balls by 1. So a lot of good stuff. A lot of stuff obviously to push him into the meta. Ways for him to reduce key, ways for him to ignore reduction of key, or to just have better key recovery. He's got ways or methods now to seal the opposition. When he's defeated, he boosts the rest of the team a little bit more. So overall, obviously, I think a pretty good looking Zenkai. And I think he'll fit well on powerful opponents. He'll fit well on God Key, Future, of course. So yeah, really good stuff. Now in terms of getting his Zenkai Awakening power, the main route will be obviously the 3000 from the Zenkai Rush battle, and then also the 4000 that you get from the missions So pretty straightforward. Remember with Zenkai Rush Battle, you get more rewards the later the event scales. So obviously you need to finish the whole thing to really be able to get that big chunk of Zenkai power. Otherwise, after the event period, the Ultra Space Time Zenkai store will add in half-crafted Zamasu's ability to get them. In terms of Red and God Key, pretty straightforward. Some very noticeable boost units here. We've got Ultra Vegito, we've got obviously half-crafted Zamasu himself. MUI Goku is also a big beneficiary of this. So yeah, really some big notable names. Shin also being one as well. But I think Ultra Vegito is probably the big beneficiary of this. Obviously they're both on Fusion Warriors as well, so they have good synergy there. So you know that Fusion Warrior God Key kind of red boost really is starting to build up. I think it gives Ultra Vegeta another Zenkai, so it's really good.